Hey guys, it's Eric here. You know how when you feel sick, you look like garbage and you pretty much can't get any lower than the point you are right now? Perfect time for recording videos that have your face in them. So yeah, this is a room tour. Let's get into it. I'm also going to sound super dead. I mean, I would apologize for that, but I assume none of you care. Oh, what's this? I'm hard at work with Manga. Webtoons.com/Artfinitii. Link in the description. You could read all this stuff for free. Did you know it's free? It don't even cost you money. But wait. Hold on, that's not what this video is about. You checked the title, so you saw a thing. And you know what everyone does when they're out of video ideas? They just decide to do a setup tour. So I need to get up out of this really comfy chair and then I'll just show you guys around, making me do work. Alright, so this is what it looks like directly outside of my door with only a slight ray of light poking through. I'd like to think it's kind of like my life. You know, just a small glimmer of hope. But what happens when you go inside? I don't know, let's find out. So, this here's an overview. My apologies, it is kind of a mess. But I mean, come on, this is one of those honest setup tours where if it's perfectly clean and stuff, then you know I'm a liar. But we're gonna start over here. That's a mirror. That's me. Hi, I'm sick. Can you tell? I'm also gonna be coughing a lot in this video just because, like I said, I'm sick. Pneumonia. It's great. All right, so that's a chair. I have a video where I built it. I'll link it somewhere in the description. And then that is another chair. Why do I have two chairs in my room? Sometimes I'd like to pretend that I have company. So I'm gonna look over here, and this is a TV stand that I pretty much slap all sorts of cable management together on. And if you take a moment to look at it, it's actually quite beautiful. I don't know if anybody here likes anything about cable management, but I think we can all take a moment to appreciate that actually looks quite nice. This right here, this thing that cost an arm and a leg and my soul, probably both of my kidneys, a hernia, crippling debt, my job, any cause I have for happiness. This is an Alienware Aurora. Really good computer. It would be... Oh, what's in it? Well, listen up, folks. Let me talk nerdy to you for a second. GTX 2080 graphics card. Beautiful. 32 gigs of RAM. A lot of other stuff that you don't really need to know about. The point of that is that it runs Photoshop good when I make all of those smart object layers. I can have like a whopping 4 layers on that thing. Can you believe that? 4 layers worth of Photoshop, and it's freaking incredible, isn't it? So that's also there for videos I don't edit and for streams that I like to make sometimes. Twitch.tv/Artfinitii. There you go. Have fun. Click follow. Hit the bell. They don't have a bell, but you're also going to see a lot of edits. And it's not because I'm trying to be funny and jump cutty, it's just because I'm probably editing out all the cuffs that are probably happening, and it's a lot of them. Here we have a power brick surge protector, just because, you know, if you're like me, then you like to have those surges in your home with questionable lighting. Case in point, right now I'm just slapping a wall. That's why you invest in those surge protectors, folks. They're good for you. That way you don't burn them down. By the way, I am downstairs, and if you see this cable right here leading all the way out of my room, what's that? That's a coaxial cable. It leads to the internet upstairs, just because, like, if you're downstairs, then you don't have internet. Those are stairs. I make it a point to fall down them every day. Those are my feet. I use them to walk everywhere. That's a box that I need to throw away. Alright, that's my hallway, but enough of that. Alright, here we have the good internet box. It's an Asus something surfboard. It's a Wi-Fi and router internet thing. It's plugged in here. Coaxial cable runs through the roof, like I was telling you guys, just because you know that you gotta have those internet speeds that are through the roof. Here we have a Nintendo Switch, and you're gonna see that the other Joy-Con's missing. That's because it's over there. That's just the kind of evidence that I'm hard at work, folks. Always working, hashtag never stop. Yeah, definitely hard at work. And here we have a charger thing for an Xbox controller and some Switch stuff, Switch Pro controller, so I can pretend to be better at Smash Bros than I actually am. But I still, in reality, just get my butt kicked by my roommates all the time. Here we have a lot of cables for the camera that I'm using here. Yeah, this one. Hi. Alright, so here we have cables. This is a perpetual energy source adapter thingy that I can, like, slap into this, camera, and it'll make it run forever. And then here we have another bunch of jumble of cables. That's a cam link. That'll turn any DSLR camera that has a clean feed in it into a webcam, which is a really nice looking webcam. Then that's an HDMI, mini HDMI. I plug these in all sorts of crazy ways and then slap them into that thing. And then you have a really good feed for when you're live streaming. Twitch.tv/Artfinitii. Funny videos, sometimes raw, not always good. And here at the bottom, because this is actually a TV shelf. Here at the bottom, I have an Xbox One, and it's actually hardlined into the Ethernet, just the same as that, just because you know you need that low ping when you're playing online games. Like, don't starve, even though you end up starving in real life for it. Here I have a bunch of cables that I'd like to organize in a little box that shows that I have no capacity to do anything arts and crafts related. Here I have a Logitech C920 webcam. It's a really good webcam, and I also use them for peripherals, because if you know anything about my streams, twitch.tv/Artfinitii, then you know that I like to do a lot of random scene transitions and stuff. So I actually have not one, but two of those. Why? Because I like spending money, and Amazon had specials. And then here I have a ton of miscellaneous cables and the lens cover cap thing for a camera. There's a ton of audio splitting cables, just in case I ever want to hear either the Switch or a 3DS or something through a soundbar, or even just the voice in my head. Then that's what those are for. Here is a media card thing that's sometimes you pay thousands of dollars for a computer and they don't do you the courtesy of putting in a freaking SD card reader. But I mean, it's okay, it's Alienware, I get what I pay for, right? It's a lot of quality, but that's for another time. Here is a video extender cable thing, which is basically just a USB. That's a printer. I use it to print off assignments for school the day, or sometimes even a couple of seconds before they're due. There's a headphone thing. This is a little thing I have where I keep my secret candy stash. You know, this channel used to be called Skittles for a reason. Yeah, so that's where I keep the candy stash. Don't tell my mom. Here's my 3DS. Here's an iPad that I seldom use. That's batteries for the game controllers before I got the charger thing there. Yeah, so there's that. And there's a stupidly long Ethernet cable, just because sometimes you need a 75-foot long Ethernet cable. There's a terabyte solid-state drive card thing, whatever, for this Xbox. So sometimes when you're playing Red Dead and it decides to take up all the memory on your computer, you're okay! Moving on! Back to these chairs, and I'd like to sit in them right now as I'm doing this video, but it's all about mobility, folks. Here, we have a ton of monitors. You could see on this one that I'm recording with the camera because I'm smart and not OBS. Here's where I have all the storyboards for Hill Surrounded, so if you want spoilers, I mean, I won't stop you. You're going to be able to read this for free anyway. Webtoons.com/Artfinitii. I'm sure that's not a real link. Just go and type in my name or something. Anyway, here are all the spoilers you'll ever need to learn about. That's Neffy's dad. He dies. That's Zay. He dies. That's Neffy. She dies. That's Ari. She dies. Alright, any questions? Good. Alright, and here we have a mouse. It moves the cursor so you can relay digital information like this, and sometimes if you move it around and stuff, then you can play video games. This is a Cintiq 16 HD Cintiq mini tablet thing. Apparently they were new. I got it when it came out. I think it's great. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Best tablet, and I love it. It's awesome. I haven't told you the names of these things yet. This tablet's name is Sundance. I named it during a stream. This computer right here, the Alienware thing, I named it Juarez just because it turns out that it was manufactured in Ciudad Juarez in Mexico, which is actually a thing. So that's Juarez. Good computer. I give Alienware crap, but it's good when you need it. Here is a keyboard I have. It has a lot of keys on it. Sometimes you press them, and sometimes they're shortcuts for Photoshop. And then when you use them in combination with like keyboards and Photoshop, it can do things. And I also have these fancy lighting effects where I can like frantically tap on a key, and then you see like all sorts of lighting effects, and you're like, wow, that costs a lot of money, and that's how they get you. But here is a remote for a soundbar that I have for a computer, just because I didn't know that computers actually need speakers. They're not like laptops, so if you ever get one, do that. here is a blue microphone. It's a Blue Spark digital microphone, and it's actually blue, so that's good for me. Now it has 2 pop filters on it because I tend to yell a lot and cough grossly into everything. So this is a foam the pop filter thing that fits over it, and then that's a windbreaker pop filter that I actually put over it as well. Here's a custom TV stand that I totally made myself. It's totally stable, so if you're looking at this TV right now, it's not going to fall over anytime soon, I promise. I don't have a Pokemon battle going on. Just give me a second. Those are lights, just so I can actually see in here, and also for lighting for streams or whatever. Here is an Xbox controller that I like. It has a nice design, so I use it. Here's a TV remote, just because sometimes those speakers and that thing like to blow out my ears. And after a certain point of when your ears are bleeding and you decide you want it to stop, you want to turn down the volume. So here we have a USB thing that I plugged into a power outlet so I can charge a ton of things at once, but I really only have 2. One is for my phone, just because I'd like to pretend that I have a social life of any kind. Not saying I do, I'm just saying I like to pretend I do. So the second thing is to charge whatever, like these headphones, which are nice because they're actually wireless. You use them all the time at work because everybody knows when you're at work you should be responsible and not listen to music. But, I mean, you didn't hear it from me. Here's a smudge guard that I have for my tablet. It smudge guards that, so that's good. There's my wallet. As you can see, that is a light. It shows me the light. Sometimes it'll tell me to do crazy things. And then here I have all of my art supplies, which is nice because they can fit conveniently into that little, like, cabinet thing I have right there. Here's another light that I have. That's an Eevee with attitude. And then this thing you see right here, no, it's not a freaking mouse or anything like that. That is a 25-pound weight taped onto 2 broomstick things with the end of a tripod that I like to rip off of the thing, sitting on top of a Wacom box. Why? Because I'd like to have props in my room. No, actually, if you move it like this, then it becomes a tripod. And look, this is where you see most of my speed paints happen. That's where the magic happened, folks. So what I do is I slap this camera onto here, and it's actually upside down, but through the magic of editing, you can flip it. And then that's nice, and then it works, and it's awesome, and you make videos that no one watches. And then here you have a ton of cable management continued. Freaking beautiful. I mean, it could probably be a little more organized, but whatever, right? Then I have a soundbar here, just because I don't like the explodey that's coming from TV speakers, because, you know, what's standard definition if you're going to make your ears bleed? You want that HD, and you want something with bass that's very bassy. So that's what that's for. Here's the second chair, very comfortable. That's NyQuil. I use that to sleep, just because sometimes you like to lie awake at night and cough and disturb all of your neighbors. Here's my bed, where I instantly go to have all of my dreams die. It's also the reason I don't get any of the things in real life done, because you see, that's a queen size bed. It's also mad comfy. So that's why I spend about 99% of my time here. That is a whiteboard that I have. If any of you have played Red Dead, you're going to get this. And because I've edited out a ton of coughs, I think you'll really get it. But that's where I write down everything that I do. So there you go. That is a general overlay or overview of my room. All of this stuff, just so you can get one good view at it again. And yeah, that's it. That's a balloon. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope it was madly informative, and you know, it's time for me to remember what I was saying about that bed. Bye.